Am I Holding You Back? Karen Tuesday Review 7. Another great episode of Karen Tuesday, absolutely. And I mean, yes, it was mainly about the talent show, which was hilarious. The talent show it was amazing. The parodies. My favorite guy was the A-Tune guy, right? The cyborg enters. And of course, it's like an auto-tune voice with the cyborg. So that was the best part of the talent show. Well, actually, the best part was the whole I'm not Tuesday, I am Monday, maybe Wednesday. That was really funny. But otherwise, I think, again, the episode, as most episodes in Character Tuesday, has a really good characterization, right? Really good character build-up and explanation and so on. We had some Carole moments, but it's particularly, for me then, was the ending, or not the ending, but kind of like the last 5 minutes, where Tuesday is really down, she's sad, she's crying and so on, right? And it's a lot about her feeling that, I am not good enough, I am too afraid here, I am afraid of my name, I have to hide that I'm Tuesday and so on, right? But also that, like, she failed last episode and so on, right? And they had a whole moment there at the river, and she is like, oh, Carole, you're so talented that I'm just bad, you should do a solo, you shouldn't have me. So I think that was for me at least, like the really, really, really good, the soul of the animes, but those characters' moments, right? The criticization and so on. So that was really, really good. I think that was a very good episode on that part. And of course, Carole being best friend ever, she's like, no girl, without you, I would never. Yeah, so she's like, of course she peps her up, and they become best friends, right? And in the end, they do it. So I think it was a very good, again, characterization there. Very, very strong in this episode. As always, that is the best part of the Carole Tuesday. And it had some really good moments, right? I love that the guy from the washing machine appeared again. Yeah, the guy was like, yeah, I'm here. He teaches them that, like, the handshake thing, or do myself, but, he teaches them that thing, and they do that, right? When they, of course, get advanced. So, about the talent show, yeah, so of course they progress, of course, right? Which I would say is, I mean, good or bad. I think it's like, I would say it is predictable. Like this thing here, it is predictable, right? They do get advanced. Of course, they are the best couple there, right? And the TV team is there and so on to get fame. But at the same time, though, if this did not happen, if they actually failed the talent show thing, the idol, whatever voice, so on, if they failed that thing, what would the anime be about them, right? They have to have actual talent. So I think the talent show, in that sense, I mean, it makes sense, right? They're supposed to be the most talented two girls, right? Pretty much, right? Yeah. And if they couldn't beat these random people we see, which of course are mainly parodies on different, like, classic idol shows, right? American Idol and so on, where we see people appearing. Yeah. So of course the people we saw are generally pretty bad, and people they're probably gonna face the next episode are probably much, much better, right? Than what we saw, the 18 and so on. But still though, it makes sense, but it also is a little predictable. I will say that, but I think I think it works fine. Because it's kind of like if you compare it to like a shonen anime, like One Piece, maybe so, right? If the hero never wins, right, what will happen, right? Yes, the hero loses every now and then, like they lost last week when no one really liked them. She liked them, Chris liked them, but no one else really liked them, right, at the whole festival thing. So the good guys have to lose sometimes, but also sometimes have to win the tournaments, right, or at least advance in tournaments. And so if they don't, right, they have no chance of actually ever becoming the Hokage or whatever, right? So this is going to be the greatest music Kage, and if you can't do that, the king of music, yeah. If you can't do that, they have to. So I think it works fine, and it was like a nice, funny episode. The anime as always does a lot of good parodies. I think the episode with the music video was better than that. They had a lot of good references. They had Michael Jackson, Aha. There was so much radio music. There was so much parodies on like famous music videos and songs and so on. So that was amazing. Here's a little more like. Here's a random couple of, I would say, stereotypes more, right? Yeah, like stereotypes that we are known to see on like American Idol and similar shows where it's more about making fun of, how I say it, making fun of people. Yeah, I think that animes, or not animes, but TV shows that like the voice of taste and so on, the same thing right there. the taste doesn't make much sense though, because it's like the voice. You only taste the food, you don't see the chef. Which is kind of like, I don't really care about how a chef looks. I can see that the voice makes sense, how it's like, you don't see the singer, you just hear her sing, and so her attractiveness is also really afflictive, because that definitely is, of course, a selling point for many music companies, right? But the taste, though, if you've ever seen it, they have that, is tasting, right? So they taste their food, and they can't see the chef, which you normally can't at the restaurant anyway. So I feel like that's a weird show, if you ever seen it, but it is basically blind, not knowing who made the food. It's like weird. But anyway, there's a lot of reality shows, right? And I think the first episode, or the first part episode, really made fun of general stereotypes, right? It wasn't like this parody of this famous clip of this guy. I will say though, the one character really looked like Boyle to me, yeah. Really looked at that. If you ever seen I would say she's probably the most famous idol team, because she goes out, right? No one thinks you can do it. You're kind of, a little older and so on. She's an amazing singing voice. I think one woman there looked a lot like her, actually. Yeah, I think she was. I think it's supposed to be her. Has to be, right? And but instead of being a good singer, she's like, oh, go crazy with it. So that was pretty fun. I also like the the guy with the Mario, ventriloquist, the rock singing ventriloquist. So some references there, but otherwise I would say generally it was like a parody of like the A-Tune, the parody of general stuff, right? That being said, though, I think the anime, as always, is building up its universe, which is very interesting. I think at episode 7. So, for example, we do see the old robot being back. Right? Yeah, he's back. That's great. A similar thing we saw the guy from the so on. So I think the anime does that really well, though. Like they actually have like a universe now. They have characters that are appearing every now and then that we do recognize. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's cool. It's really fun that he's there. And like the guy that, I would say it, the social famous guy that's like, oh, this is my music career starting. He's probably gonna return right here. Like a lot of all the girls surrounding him. Of course, Tuesday were like, who you, man? Yeah, that, get away, get away, perp. But but all the girls were like, oh my god, it's him. So he's probably gonna reappear. I think seeing the robot there really speaks for, like, of course, Chris is gonna come back. The other festival people gonna come back, like DJ and so on. So I think they're really building up all the characters. I think all the characters are important to note and so on. No, I probably missed some of the reference during the idol thing. I'm thinking about it. Maybe I don't know. I felt that she was definitely the Boyle, and Boyle. Then I was like, the other character. Maybe that's supposed to be Scree. Yeah, maybe. I felt she was the most obvious one. But whatever. Last thing, Angela. Yeah, she's doing her thing, and I guess she has a lot of second doubts, right? So we saw her thinking about her her child. I'll say it, her bad childhood, or not bad, but I don't know, like, we saw her have some kind of flashback, right, thinking about her father, and, I want to sing this thing, and now she's like, this is crap, she's just staring into the ceiling and being like, oh no, I don't know, so, I guess she's taken doubt. I have to say, though, I like that she has her side story, and she's clearly being built up as their, like, main rival, right? I really wish that actually would start happening to her. I have to say that. I think that her storyline right now is actually the weakest point of the anime. I feel that it's not really going. I mean, yeah, she's a character developing there, so it's good in that sense. But it feels weird that we have seen so many scenes now with her getting so much, like, build up as this amazing data-driven girl, right? You just follow our orders to be make her famous, and we still haven't seen her perform actually in front of anyone, right? Or like, people, she was already famous, I guess, somewhat. Yeah, so that I feel is a little weird here. And I really hope that they very soon have to have her do scenes which is actually performing, right? Now we see her again back in the lab, but she hates that shit, and and goes back home and she's sad about it. We have to see her get some kind of recognition, I feel, right? She's out there singing in front of normal people with data-driven stuff, right? And she's like, oh man, everyone loves me. But on the same time, she's like, but I'm just singing what they told me to sing, though. I'm just singing this, like, very cliche, generic songs that I don't actually like myself, but at least I'm famous, yeah. I think we really need that to her happen very soon, in my opinion, where she is, like, conflicted as, like, well, I like the fame, but I hate what I'm doing, right? Kind of what I'm doing here on YouTube, but yeah. When I'm on YouTube, I'm like, I like what I'm doing, I'm talking about anime and so on, but I don't get any fame, right? I don't try to, like, I'm the worst, I don't try to, like, become famous in a sense. if we're talking about good anime like Carole and Tuesday, I don't really care about all the stuff. I don't go for like the money. I don't go for the big stuff. I don't go for any to drama. So I go for the big stuff. Yeah, and I feel like she's actually at her heart right. She's also like that. She just want to make her music, but right now you see her getting all that like the fame. However, though, we still haven't seen actually like literally getting the fame. We just people telling her to get the fame. So I think she really needs that moment when she's like, oh shit, I am really famous now. People love me. But what I'm doing is crap. I think we really need that moment. Right now she's just sitting there and it's like, man, what I'm doing now is just bad. Yeah, and I she doesn't have the good side of doing the generic kind of trash music, right? So doesn't really have that the good thing yet. And also, and then I do feel her scenes then are getting a little repetitive because they are like the same thing every now and then. So yeah, hopefully she will have a mere moments next episode or whatever next time she's appearing. If it's yet not again, another lab thing, another oh mama, and then she goes home again. Yeah, that feels like that's been done now. We have to get something further with her. As I said, I think that would be a good transition if she then becomes really famous, right? But doesn't like the actual fame. Well, she likes the fame, but doesn't like why she's famous. But yeah, it's like, oh man, I'm famous, but no one likes what I'm doing, or not like the real me. They just like what I'm pretending to be. That's probably gonna happen. That's my take on it, at least. I think that's gonna be next time with her. I hope so, at least. It makes sense to me. And I hope that the review. Press the like button so on. Coming up with Character Circus and Sarah Sanmai in 5 hours from now. And tomorrow we're doing like all the anxiety girls, right? Which I like. I find it's really fun. We're doing like Toro, of course, Fruit Basket. That's more like a nice shoujo anime, and after that it's like Butchie-san, Sender Girl, Hen Girl, yeah, all the good hours-san. Fun Fridays. So subscribe. Join me on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, who should talk to me personally. Questions to one. Anyway, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you.